Let's quickly talk about dropshipping via BrandsGateway. Is it worth it? I mean, in this day and age, you have a lot of platforms that are actually drawing your attention onto them, and we want to make sure that BrandsGateway is really interesting for you. So let's quickly dive deep into this synopsis here. So when you think about BrandsGateway, what do you think about? I want you to think about a platform that offers access to wholesale suppliers of fashion items. So the key word here is fashion. And it may be the go-to platforms if your customers enjoy clothing, bags, shoes, and accessories from luxe brands such as Michael Kors, Cavalli, Gucci, and more. So this is really, I just want to really lay the foundation for BrandsGateway here. So BrandsGateway is more than just a dropshipping and wholesale supplier. It's basically a dynamic B2B luxury fashion marketplace that's transforming the way retailers and manufacturers connect. Okay, so with a reputation for quality and reliability, BrandsGateway connects dropshippers and wholesalers worldwide with top-tier brands in the industry. And what's really more is that they provide everything from clothing and shoes to jewelry and accessories. And by the way, everything here is legit, okay? We're not speaking about counterfeit here. We're speaking about legit, high-quality products that are well-sourced. So what's more, BrandsGateway has integrations with the biggest dropshipping platforms like Shopify, WooCommerce, you have Wix, you have Ship4Shop, fantastic. So, and we also love the fact that you have automatic order processing, one-click product import, and real-time inventory updates. So in terms of processing time, 24 hours, not a problem. In terms of shipping timelines, orders within Europe arrive in 3 to 5 days, while orders outside Europe arrive in 5 to 10 business days. So why should you really choose BrandsGateway as your dropshipping and wholesale supplier? Well, we have a lot of things. First, we love the uniqueness. Okay, we have a platform that's really unique and a platform that has added credibility to its brand through reliability and loyalty. And we love the fact that the platform is really big and you have big market opportunities, low competition, and high profit margin. So we're not speaking here about the everyday clothing here. We're speaking about high quality, luxury, fashion items, bags, shoes, and everything else. So if this is something that really sounds like music to your ears, think about it. High profit margin, up to 250%. Fantastic. Let me talk to you about the pros and cons of BrandsGateway. So we're having a conversation about dropshipping with BrandsGateway. So what are the pros? The platform offers automated order processing, inventory updating, and product importation. And you have a 14-day returns window, and the platform also covers shipping costs for faulty items. The BrandsGateway currency calculator enables you to actually present pricing to your customers in a familiar currency. You have fast shipping times, you have high quality products and photos, and you have automatic order fulfillment. Again, everything is legit here. So we love the fact that you have fast shipping times, high quality products and photos, fantastic, and automatic order fulfillment. The thing is with BrandsGateway, you don't have to worry about manually placing orders for your customers. Therefore, if you're using Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, or Ship4Shop, they got your back. So when we talk about today's topic, we're having a conversation about dropshipping with BrandsGateway. One thing I also want to say here is that even though you have a lot of pros, you might have a few cons also. The dropshipping fees are relatively high in our view. And so this is definitely not for low budget dropshippers. And so you have to be really careful here. So if you are a newbie, I would not advise you to start with dropshipping with BrandsGateway, unless you do have a little bit of cash and you are willing to actually lose in the first few months, because otherwise you might be really disappointed. One thing I want to say here is that when we speak about BrandsGateway, this is what I've said before, we're speaking about high-end fashion, which means if you really start worrying about $20 or $50 or whatever, you're not going to survive in this industry for a long time because the fees that are associated with running this sort of products will be a little up than all the other dropshipping products you have in your store. So it's always important for you to have a clear idea about that to know what you're looking for. So bottom line is that BrandsGateway is not for low budget dropshippers. If you're a dropshipping newbie with a low budget, this is not the best option for you. Plus, their membership fee is higher than average. So if you're just starting out, you may want to consider other options, unless you are a newbie, but you do have the resources, you understand the risk, you're comfortable with the risk, because those risks can actually destroy and wipe out your account. So just make sure that you're comfortable with that. I want to talk to you about the process here. So obviously we're speaking about dropshipping with BrandsGateway. So how do you start dropshipping with BrandsGateway? So basically you have to just, so you want to register with BrandsGateway. So just go on the website, visit their homepage and click on the sign up button. And so you'll have to go through a registration page. So just fill out the form and register. You may need to enter some information like your first and last name, country, region, email address, credit card details. Then you will receive your BrandsGateway plugin along with certain instructions on how to import products to your store. Then you want to begin you want to start buying a dropshipping subscription, because once you register, you'll need to buy a dropshipping subscription. Therefore, go to BrandsGateway dropshipping pricing plans and pick one of their pricing plans. So, however, you have to just make sure that you integrate pretty well with Shopify, WooCommerce, Shift4Shop, and Wix, depending on what kind of program you have. So make sure that you are able to find a solution that is right there, then and there in terms of interest for you. And so you want to integrate BrandsGateway with your dropshipping platform. This is kind of cool. And the thing here is that you can integrate your store only if you are using Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, or Shift4Shop. I mean, those are the four sort of players where BrandsGateway is working with right now. They might change in the future, who knows? And it's always important to limit yourself in terms of the scope of products you want to offer, and also where you want to offer them. And so the one thing we love about BrandsGateway is that they also offer custom build website that can generate credentials for REST API integration. So if you have a developer, they can program this feature to automatically forward orders and update inventory in real time. So for marketplaces, they provide CSV files that get updated every 24 hours. So it is really good. And number 4, I want you to really select the luxury products you want to sell through your dropshipping store. Remember, step number 1, you want to register to BrandsGateway. Number 2, you want to buy a dropshipping subscription. Number 3, you want to actually integrate BrandsGateway with other products. And now you want to really select the luxury products you want to sell through your dropshipping store. So the thing here is that when you think about dropshipping with BrandsGateway, I want you to pay attention to a few features that can be really interesting for you. I want to first analyze BrandsGateway dropshipping services in detail, and ultimately, it's totally up to you to decide whether they are the best fit for you or not, right? You want to do a clear analysis of your dropshipping business, of your target audience, your niche, okay? So with the BrandsGateway, you can actually filter things by products and brands. So it is a great place to find luxury items without spending too much money. So they have many different products like clothes, shoes, bags, accessories, jewelry, sunglasses, frames, and watches. What's more, they dropship products from more than 100 famous brands like Armani, Calvin Klein, Christian Dior, Gucci, Calvin Klein, Diesel. You have also Dior, Dolce & Gabbana, Corrado, the BSA, Costume National, Christina Gavioli. So it really depends on you, okay? So this is kind of important to really be clear about what kind of service you are interested in. Also, if you sign up as a dropshipper with BrandsGateway, you can actually access over 90,000 designer items from these top brands. And this is kind of cool. I also you have to think about integrations. Obviously, we are speaking about dropshipping with BrandsGateway. It's important that besides products and brands, think about the integrations that really work for you. So you can actually integrate with brands such as Shopify, WooCommerce. You have Wix, you have Shift4Shop, and so they might actually be adding new integrations in the next few months. Who knows? But this is kind of cool. So to integrate with any of those four platforms is very easy. Just I want you to register as a customer through BrandsGateway register page. So once you are registered, head over to the BrandsGateway app. Here you need to select Add App, and then you open your Shopify store and install the Brands Gateway app in your Shopify store. You do the same thing for your WooCommerce store. You want to actually generate API keys for your WooCommerce store. This is kind of fine. And for Wix, it's kind of similar. And for Ship4Shop, also similar, okay? And you need to actually make sure that you choose the dropshipping plan that suits your business needs from the pricing page. So be clear about that, okay? So once you have everything, you're pretty good to go. So you have shipping times and fees also. You also have so you can actually with Brands Gateway you have a very fast shipping times. You can actually enjoy fast shipping times to places like Italy, Germany, Sweden, USA, UK. And for the returns, they also have a great policy when it comes to returns. Okay, now everybody understands that returns are unquestionably a big headache for many dropshippers worldwide. But Brands Gateway is really taking care of you in terms of returns. So this is really good. I want to talk about pricing here, and I want you to look on the screen right now. Here are the pricing plans for Brands Gateway, and it's important to understand that Brands Gateway offers the pricing plans for each of its integrations. So thus, the Shopify pricing plan will cost you about $300 or $350, but I want you to see on the screen. And so it really is great. It's better if you are interested in having an integration to actually choose annual billing as opposed to a monthly billing. Okay, so just and what you have to do here is that you can just contact Brands Gateway and they will actually help you out. I want to say that overall, just expect to pay between $150 and $300. In some cases, you might go to $400 per month. Okay, but again, we're speaking here about quality products. We're speaking about fashion products. We're talking about luxury products. So there has to be a little bit of investments from you also. So, but overall, the pricing is kind of interesting. In our view, the pricing is really decent because again, when we talk about fashion products, you have to think about the fact that Brands Gateway is sourcing things for you, sourcing the products for you, and we're speaking about very high quality brands. Though we're not speaking about I would say around the corner sort of luxury brands. No, we're speaking about high quality brands. They have established their names already in the industry. So the $295, the $350 that I'm talking about in terms of pricing, those numbers are pretty decent overall. Brands Gateway is pretty high up in terms of quality service, and they have received a lot of reviews on sites such as Trustpilot and other websites and other platforms. So, and we also love the fact that they have a help desk center. Is there for you. Okay, you can contact them. You can, but they don't do phone though. They don't do phone. You want to contact them via email. You can reach out on the platform. There's a section where you can just contact them, and one of the customer support team will actually will get back to you. Not a problem at all. So overall, this is a pretty interesting. It is a really good investment, and we love the fact that Brands Gateway is really there for you. Now, the way you want to actually accelerate things is that you want to get the integration right. So whether you want to integrate with Ship4Shop, Wix, WooCommerce, or Shopify, just make sure you get it right. They might be able to help you during that integration also. I want to quickly talk to you about the rivals here. So when we talk about Brands Gateway, obviously you have a lot of products there. A lot of competitors are doing the same thing that Brands Gateway is doing. So we have, for instance, Brands Distribution. So Brands Distribution offers a wide range of products, including clothing, footwear, accessories, and cosmetics. And while Brands Gateway specializes in designer clothing and accessories, we have Brands Distribution that actually they do a lot more. Okay, they provide also high-end fashion products, but they actually give you both high-end and mid-range brands. So they have a high range, but you have a players such as Adidas, Nike, and Puma. So it really depends on the type of brand you're looking for your store. Okay, and so Brand Distribution has about 120 brands. For integrations, we loved all the integrations that both Brand Distributions and Brands Gateway offer. And for order requirements, Brands Gateway does not have an MOQ for their subscribers dropshippers. However, Brands Distributions requires a minimum order quantity of $500. In terms of shipping time, they both have this. They have similar, I would say, similar products, similar requirements. One thing I want to say here is that you need to understand when we talk about quality fashion, high-end fashion brands, you have to be very careful about the copyrights. And both platforms, we're speaking about Brands Gateway and brand distribution, they're really high up on that. Okay, but if you want to, let's say you want to diversify your niche a little bit, you might want to go for brands distribution. Why? Because it has the both high-end and mid-range brands, so that you're not really just focused on Dolce and Gabbana, Gucci, Versace, and whatever, what have you. You have other players as well. And we also love the fact that for brand distribution integrates very well with eBay and Amazon, in addition to the WooCommerce, the Wix for Shop and Shopify. So you might be thinking that it's a little bit ahead of brands distribution, Brands Gateway rather. But it depends on the kind of how do I call it? The kind of brands you want to go after. So be careful about what you want to choose. I want to talk about Brands Gateway versus Graffiti. So with Graffiti, you also have a wide range of products, including clothing, shoes, and accessories. However, Brands Gateway has a slightly larger inventory. So Brands Gateway, for instance, when it comes to brands, you have about 100 plus worldwide brands, but Graffiti offers products from 250 Italian brands only. So only Italy, okay? Whereas for Brands Gateway, you have access to a larger platform here. In terms of integration, Brands Gateway integrates with Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix, and Ship4Shop. Also, for marketplaces, they provide CSV files that get updated every 4 hours. On the other hand, Graffiti does not have as many integrations, but it does offer a CSV file for easy product importing. What about the order requirements here? Brands Gateway does not have MOQ for their subscribers, dropshippers. On the other hand, Graffiti requires a minimum order requirement of $500, okay? And what about shipping times here? Now, both Brands Gateway and Graffiti offer worldwide shipping, but shipping times may vary. So Brands Gateway ships for multiple locations in Europe and US, while delivery times range from 3 to 7 business days. On the other hand, Graffiti ships from Italy, with delivery times ranging from 2 to 5 business days. So it is really what it is. You have to be really, it's all about the brands you want to go after. So what's the conclusion here? The thing here, are we recommending Brands Gateway in terms of dropshipping? Yes, of course. If you're interested in dropshipping, I would say high-end luxury fashion items, then you might want to give a try to Brands Gateway. It's totally worth it. And if you're interested in that, then dropshipping with Brands Gateway is the way to go. By choosing Brands Gateway as your dropshipping partner, you can let your customers discover and buy some of the most iconic pieces in luxury fashion at reasonable prices. Overall, Brands Gateway is a great option for anyone looking to start a dropshipping store with the luxury items without spending too much money. Okay, those are things you need to think about. Overall, this is a great proposition here. Let me quickly recap here. So in today's conversation, I've been talking to you about dropshipping with Brands Gateway. So actually, so let's do a recap here. I gave you a synopsis of Brands Gateway. I give you the pros and cons, the process, the features, the pricing, the rivals. I actually paid attention to Graffiti and also, but also the other one that I'm actually we have Brands Distribution, and here now I'm doing the recap. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, you want to remain marvelous.